Ryan, you've played in this game before. I don't think you need me to tell you how big it is for the club, for the fans, for the staff, for everybody, for the players.
Yeah, listen, we reiterate the fans' message every time we go out or to the shops. You bump into a Watford fan, they always talk about this game. It's similar to back up the road with Hibs Hearts. You know, that's what everyone talks about, the derby, and we know it's massive for the fans, for the club, and it's massive for the players as well. You
played in the last one there, didn't you? It didn't go Watford's way.
Yeah.
You hoping that it goes better this time around?
Yeah, hopefully. Listen, I think we're in a really good place right now. They've not hit a great form, but we know that form kind of goes out the window in these games. But all we can do is hope and play to the best of our ability and hope that the form stays the kind of way it is.
Do you feel it's a different Watford side to that one a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think there is definitely a lot of quality in that first team, the team where we lost 2-0. Probably a lot more quality potentially, but I think in this team there's a lot more battle, a lot more spirit, togetherness, and I think in games like that, that's what wins you games.
Have the players been talking about the derby and how big a game it is, and the staff have been doing the same as well?
Yeah, listen, staff always reiterate it. I kind of got back only yesterday, so the lads have kind of been buzzing around the place, I think, and as I say, we can only take all the good things that we've been doing this season and try and replicate that.
Having played in the Edinburgh derby, did you realise how big this derby was down here when you signed for Watford?
As soon as I signed for Watford, I knew obviously about the derby before, but kind of playing in the game changes it a little bit, and you see that this is massive, massive for the whole kind of county, so to speak, or place, and it took me by surprise a little bit, but it's a good surprise.
What's the build-up like? I know it's slightly different because of the internationals, the players have been sort of coming and going, but in a week leading up or days leading up to a derby, whether it be this one or the one you've been involved in up north, does it feel different?
You obviously got a little bit of a different feeling, probably a little bit more excitement, a little bit more battle kind of spirit and training, but I think we've had that throughout the full season. We've had a couple of games where we've dipped, but I think as a whole we've got ourselves in a really good place, and not a lot's changed this week, I don't think, but I can definitely see the lads are right at it.
Is there a balance that you have to have as a player, because you want to go out there and the fans demand kind of putting in big challenges and being really up for it, not hiding, but then you just got to be careful not to go one step too far? Yeah,
you've got to play the game, not the occasion, and we've got an experienced team, but got some youth coming through as well that I think can really benefit from playing in these games, but as you say, you need to play the game and not the occasion.
Watford this season have impressed, and there seems to be a better attitude now, a bit more of a team spirit, more of a vibe going. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. For being here for 18 months, I've seen a lot. I think a lot goes on at Watford, but the lows and the kind of downside get highlighted more than the good things that we're doing now. The kind of attitude and the feeling in the building is polar opposite from when I signed, and I think that shows in games like the Middlesbrough game where we're playing against a top team. We dug in, we had experienced players in the park for the first 60 minutes, and then we brought our match winners on at the end, and I think that shows the kind of squad that we've got people coming off the bench that keep winning us games.
That feels like the big change in the past, when Watford went behind, you've got the feeling they're not going to get back into this, and now you've done it a number of times already this season.
Yeah, it's not something we want to keep doing. We want to try and get in at half time with a lead, or get in the lead first. But I think that kind of shows the spirit with the squad and the depth that we've got coming off the bench as well.
You'd probably be up against their two big strikers if Morris is fit. I think you came up against them last time. You know what to expect. Luton will probably play those long direct balls. Is that what you're expecting again?
Yeah, we've watched a lot of them from this season, and they've mixed it up a little bit, but they'll be a physical team. We know that, and I think when we played Millwall away, we expected the exact same, and kind of played them at their own game a little bit. So no, we'll be out there, we'll battle and earn the right to play before we do so, and then we'll look to play from there. The
addition of Bonner has helped that defensive unit, hasn't it? He's come in and added that bit of experience, a bit like Sissoko in central midfield. Yeah,
definitely. Playing alongside someone that's had that many games at a top level, international and Premier League, it's always going to benefit you. And we've got good players, but bringing in experienced players is definitely beneficial for the squad.
you've been on international duty, but you should be fresh, shouldn't you, back here?
Yeah, obviously didn't play, but trained, the majority of the days, and it's always good to kind of go away for a bit of time, and then you're excited to come back, especially for such a big game.
And with what happened in the summer, do you just put that to one side now? That's just the way football goes sometimes.
I spoke to loads of people about this. I don't think you can put it to one side. I think it's always going to be with you, but you've got to try and use it and bounce back from adversity, which I've done countless times in my career. I think I've bounced back a lot of times, and certainly I hope I'll do that again.
And that's one of the senior players ahead of the derby. What's your message to the supporters? This and the one at Vicarage Road is the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Message to supporters would be keep doing what you're doing. Bring that kind of atmosphere from the Vic to Luton, and I fully expect a strong travelling support that will be nice and loud for us.
Nice one. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Big derby, boisterous crowd, away fans looking for characters. Is this your sort of game?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is my game. We'll hope so anyway. But it's definitely a game that I've looked forward to playing, and I did enjoy the first game. The result was poor, but I think we've got a completely different squad mentality to kind of take on these games now.
Did we struggle the last time we were there with the occasion? It felt like a few people went into their shells.
Yeah, I think there's great players in there, but players that maybe aren't suited for that game. But listen, I think we're in a lot better place, as I said now, to kind of battle and earn that right, and then we'll play from there.
The away form's not been good though.
No, the home form's been great though. And I think it's probably the complete opposite from last year, where away from home we were better than at home. And I think our priority this season was to get that home form back, get the fans back on side. Well, to be fair, the fans never left, but get them believing in the squad, and I think they have. That next step for us is taking the kind of 2 steps forward rather than winning at home, dropping points away from home. So our goal is to go there and get 3 points.
You touched on the summer there and the Middlesbrough game. It felt like the Middlesbrough game was you back to the Ryan Porteous that we saw when you first arrived. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, listen, it's I've kind of felt myself for the last few weeks. Obviously, there's been moments in games, but no, I feel good. Feel back to my best, and no, it's good.